Happy Tuesday. At least I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to y'all. Let's see who we got over here in chat. Already got a big bunch of folks here. Let's see if I can read these without my glasses. Good morning, everyone. I beat Javi. Man, you got to be the early bird to beat old Javi. Good morning, everybody. 74 degrees this morning in Southwest Florida. Good morning, Hitch. How are you? Steve Gronsky from Cold Mustang, Oklahoma. 25 degrees. Wow. All right. Kevin Els from, let's see, South Africa, I believe. Good to see you on here, Kevin. Thank you for joining the coffee sessions. Bart Bixel has a cool, what do you call it, a biplane? That's a cool picture. Good morning, Bart. Larry says, looks like it's pouring at Dave's house. Yeah, it's slacked up now, but man, we got it in the middle of the night. We got it pretty rough there. Stephen Toronto, good morning, all. How you doing, Stephen? Bart says, I finally attached a picture to my name. Yeah, I like seeing the different profile pics or whatever you call them. Now, is there any significance to that photo, or is that just something you picked? SRE Custom Guitars, Steve Ellison, morning from Cajun Country. Good morning, Steve. How are you this morning? Ryan Ballard's in the house this morning. Good morning to you. Dean's in the house this morning. Good morning, he says. Troy Pritchard. Troy needs him a picture, doesn't he? Yeah, he needs a picture. Although that's not the standard thing like this one is. Dave Clements needs him a profile pic too. Earl Walker's in the house. Good morning, everyone. 30 degrees and snowing. We got a little excitement around here, as you might can tell. I assume you can hear one of my big puppies barking. There's some stuff going on across the street. Let's see here. Greg Dent. Morning, Dave. Got on here from the other fellas channels. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw you were watching Mark Lindsay CNC, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Welcome to the coffee sessions, Greg. Go Saints. Okay. I don't have much to say about that. All right, sure. Why not? New sub. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. Hope you'll tune in to the CNC with Dave show live on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. We talk about all kinds of stuff, hobby CNC and just general CNC stuff. Let's see, Patrick's is up early this morning. Hello, happy Tuesday, he said. Yep. Yeah, we had, I got to tell you, if y'all live anywhere other than the Atlanta area, and I'm only talking about the weather, because if you live somewhere else besides the Atlanta area, that's a good thing probably. But we have the best meteorologist on the planet right here in Atlanta, David Chanley. I'm going to give him a shout out like he would watch this show. You don't even know who I am, but I'm just saying. He's on the Fox 5 News. He's the chief meteorologist. And those guys and his team, they really nail this weather stuff. Usually weathermen, get a bad rap because they are wrong occasionally. But I got to hand it to them. Before I went to bed last night, I looked at I have their app on my phone. It's the Fox 5 weather app or whatever. And I checked it out, and I always look at the Viper. They call it the Viper radar. And, you see this big blob getting ready to come across Georgia. So I hit the little button to send it in motion, and it has the little time thing, that pops up on the video. And I'm watching that, and I'm like, yeah, looks like at about 2:30, it's going to hit here. So I go on to bed, and lo and behold, I wake up middle of the night, winds blowing like crazy. Feels like I can tell by the sound the rain's sideways. And I roll over and look at the clock, and guess what time it was? 2:30. They really do a good job nailing it. I can't complain. So that gives me complete confidence to plan my days and my outdoor trips and stuff like that. Anything I have to do outside, I can usually count on them to be pretty dang close. Pretty dang close. And of course, when they're on there talking about it, they're always saying, well, it's going to should hit here about such and such. Well, they're talking about Atlanta, but I always look at that radar thing and do the motion. And I'm like, yep, here it's going to hit my house about then. And sure enough, it does. So props to the Fox 5 weather team. But, and of course, now they're saying, I haven't looked to get all the details, but it's rainy, it's miserable. I mean, it's just a light rain and stuff now, just enough to, that you wouldn't want to get out in it. But once this dries up, then we're supposed to have that cold wave come through. So, yeah, which is about right. I mean, let's see, winter starts the 21st, this Saturday, right? Today's the 17th. Yeah, it should start getting cold. So, yeah, so that's how my Monday night went. Hope you all had a good one. Let's see here. I'm missing some comments here. Earl says it's 30 degrees and snowing. And I think, let's see, I'm trying to remember where people are at. Earl, I believe you're in Ohio, right? I think. Morning, Dave. Going. Oh, okay. I've already read that one. I must have went back farther than I thought. Dean says it's the UPS truck. Yeah, that's not the UPS truck that they were barking at. Although they do bark at the UPS truck and the mailman, and they bark at all kinds of stuff. And what's weird is Rocky used to never bark at stuff like that. Well, I won't say never. If it was really loud, because he's old, he don't hear as good as he used to, don't see as good as he used to. But if they really were noisy, like a lot of times they'll come up, throw something on the porch and ring the doorbell. And Rocky hates doorbells. He'll go off on a doorbell on a TV commercial. But anyway, Rocky usually doesn't make a lot of noise. Well, then when I got Jack, he barks at anything that moves. Squirrel, chipmunk, neighbor across the street, cat, don't matter. You'd think the world's coming to an end. And he's kind of got Rocky where Rocky be sacked out on the sofa and Jack will start growling or barking out the front window and Rocky has to get up and go see, and then he joins in. So yeah, it gets a little noisy around here these days. Let's see here. Doc Whitaker's in the house. Need more coffee. Still have snow to give away. Have a great day. You can keep it, Doc. I really don't. I don't want any. Not as much as y'all got anyway. I've seen some of the pictures and stuff people post, And for those who are new to the coffee sessions, a lot of these folks that I talk to here, Doc Whitaker's one of them. Hitch Hamilton's another. It's all folks I grew up with in Danville, Indiana. So still know a lot of folks back there, and they post pictures on Facebook and remind me why I don't miss Indiana in the wintertime. I miss it in the summertime. But Patrick says, here in LA, we have super hot weather, girls. Yeah, but you're in California, so It kind of cancels that out for me. Keith says, good morning, Gattoneers. Yeah, we have a lot of Gattoneers joining the coffee sessions. Eddie Hall's here this morning. How you doing, Eddie? You have the Weather Channel out of Atlanta. Yeah, well, we do have the, what's it called? The National Weather Service is in Peachtree City, which isn't very far from me, actually. So, by golly, we should get pretty decent, accurate forecasts, I think. Bart says, I'm a radio control nut. While this is not my particular copy of a 46% TOC, I'm not sure what TOC means. Ultimate ARF, and I don't know what ARF means. I have this plane. It has a 150cc two-stroke twin packing 17.5 horsepower swing, a 32-inch and a 100-inch wingspan. Wow. 17.5 horsepower. That's more than the Prius, isn't it? You probably outrun the Prius, that thing. Cool. Very cool. I always liked remote control cars and planes and all that stuff, but it's kind of like a rabbit hole, like most things are. You can dump a lot of money into stuff like that, but it looks like it'd be a fun hobby. Greg Dent says, morning guys, I'm from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Cold up here. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is. Let's see. What's up with the wind lately? Seems like all of North America is facing higher than normal wind speeds and frequency of windstorms this year. We are getting creamed in Canada. Yeah. Must be some of that. Well, let's say I don't call it global warming anymore. Climate change. That's what they call it. Must be some of that, I guess. Just ask Greta. Yeah. Barry Curtis in the house this morning. How you doing, Barry? Jeff Nearcorn is in the house. Some ducks. What is that? Mallards, I think. Nice pick. Earl says, yeah, you know how near Lake Erie. Yeah, no wonder you're always reporting those cold temperatures. Probably got that wind coming off of Lake Erie. Morning from Dunnville, Canada. Snowing like crazy here. All right, yeah. Jerry, you need your profile pic, buddy. Just saying. Earl Walker, you guys get snow and cold off the lake like we do, yeah. He says that there is a good dog. I got the best dogs ever. I mean, I'll tell you right quick. One of the best puppies. Best puppies in the world right here. My old was sitting right here behind me. He's let me think. He was 13 in September. So all I know is that's pretty old in dog years. You can tell by looking at him straight now, he can't see real good. He's got, how they get the cataract stuff. And I know he can't hear as good, or else he's just learned to ignore me. That might be the case. But yeah. And Jack, he's probably at the front window keeping an eye on all that activity over there across the street. So, anyway, let's see. Everybody got their Christmas shopping done? What do we got? Like, let's see. Counting today, we have 5 more days this week, and then 3. So 7 or 8 days left. Better get out there and get it done, or get online and get it done. Bart says, dang, I should proofread my text. My biplane swings a 32-inch propeller. Okay. All right. 32. Man, that's big. That's a big old plane. You just about sat on that thing right, couldn't you? That's a big one. Ronald Cool's in the house. This made me think of something too, Bart. When you're out at the, I don't know, the airfield or wherever it is you go to fly these things, do you ever see those? They're radio controlled jets. I mean, they. I've seen them on YouTube. I mean, there's the ones where they have like 747s, and then they have all kinds of fighter jets and stuff. They got really some kind of little jet engine in them. They are so cool. But I can only imagine what kind of money they've got tied up in those things. Todd HCNC just started snowing here in Portland, Maine. We have drones now. Yeah. I bought a drone over a year and a half ago. I bought a Mavic Air, one of their Fly More combos. Paid $1,000 for it, and I've never had it up in the air. It was one of those shiny things. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get me one of those. And then when I found out that, in order to use it to make any kind of money, which in my case would involve, if I shot video with it, aerial video, and posted on YouTube and it was monetized, they consider that commercial. So you got to go, you got to practically be a dang pilot. You got to take this test and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't have time for all that. So if anybody wants the last minute Christmas gift, make me an offer on a Maverick Air Fly More package. I took it out of the box just to take a picture because I did post it on Facebook the other day. I thought, well, Christmas is coming up, maybe somebody might want it, but had a couple of people interested in it, but hadn't heard back from them. So still got it. I'll probably just pack it back up and throw it back in the closet for another 2 or 3 years. Jeff Nearcorn confirms those are mallards. Good. I saw some drone races in China on TV. Yeah, those guys that wear the, what do they call it? The virtual reality type glasses. That's not the name for them. I can't think what it is, and they fly those things through woods and stuff. It's just amazing what they can do. My reflexes are probably not that good. I can see me getting a really expensive drone and then the first time out smacking it right into a tree, a million pieces. Jeff says, I have a weenie dog that is 16. Can't see or hear very well. Yeah. Dachshunds are kind of cool though. I like dachshunds. Let's see. I'm missing some. I put on my glasses, folks. I was trying to make it, but I got to put them on. Barry Curtis says, heck no, still have projects on the table to cut and finish. All right. So your puppy sounds like me, not what he used to be, but still lovable because his legend precedes him. Yeah. Ronald says it's snowing in Norton, Ohio. Ryan Ballard says, as kids, a friend and I were building planes. He finished his first. It flew for 7 seconds before smashing to pieces. Needless to say, I didn't finish mine. Yeah. FPV goggles. Yeah, that's what they're called. Thanks for checking that out. That's what they're called. Let's see here. Barry says they have classes very close to us to get FAA certs to fly commercial use. Yeah. Well, see, the thing of it is, and like I said, because a lot of people get them and they want to use them for, to film. I mean, you can film anything. You can film weddings, doing aerial shots of weddings. You can do, um, they're big in real estate. Even the news crews use them now to, when there's a fire or something, they'll get up in the air where you can see what's going on and all that. And I get that is definitely commercial use, but just what little bit I wanted to do, I'm like, man, I don't have time to learn all this. I signed up for some course, paid money for a course, and then I'm thinking, I don't want to be a dang pilot. I don't want to fly a plane. I just wanted to fly a little drone. But it's you have to learn about weather maps and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, heck with that. I don't have time for that. But I'll either if somebody wants it, I'll make them a good deal on it. And if not, I'll just hang on to it and use it as a hobbyist until they ban that. They may do that eventually because a lot of the folks that get those things are idiots and they'll go flying by airports and all these places you're not supposed to fly. So let's see. Keep missing the thing's really scrolling here, so I got to see if y'all are saying anything interesting. Here we go. Yes, many of today's jets have real gas turbines in them. I've got one, and I need to get it in an airframe of some sorts. Yeah. Earl says, you don't have time to fly, Dave. Like, I can't seem to have a lot of time to get started building the Gatton. I'm going to get heavy on it after I get back from Nolans after the first of the year. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is I can't start any new hobby that's going to take me a while to get into it because even if I have a little slow period, it doesn't last very long. So then I get busy again. So, oh, by the way, y'all might notice there's only 3 cookies today. There was 40 yesterday. So I might have one again now that they're sitting here. Lots of money down that rabbit hole. I could have learned to fly a real airplane multiple times over, nearly 30 years of being in the hobby. Yeah. It's a pretty cool hobby, though, I think. It says I may have to set up the Rocky Cam again. Yeah, I might bring back the Rocky Cam if enough folks request it. Let's see. Greg says, well, fellas, I have to go. Have a great day. Keep fingers out of the bits. All right. Yeah, have a great day, Greg. Glad you joined us for the coffee sessions. We're here every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, every weekday morning, I should say. And then, of course, I do the CNC with Dave thing on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. So I hope you'll join us for that as well. Michael Bell in the house. Good morning, sir. Yep, there's another good use. Home inspections. Use drones to look at roofs. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Barry Curtis says, back in my Army days, I had 4 RC helicopters. Largest one had a 40-inch wingspan. Now, I don't know anything about these radio control things, but I would imagine a helicopter would be a handful to fly. And I say that because I would think that if you're flying a real helicopter, which again, I know nothing about, you would at least kind of have that seat of the pants feel. Whereas you don't have that when you're using a remote control. You're looking at it and, seeing it move that way. Whereas if you're sitting in it, you might feel it going that way. That's just my thoughts. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. got to be licensed to use drones commercially. Yeah. Yeah, you got to have, well, I don't know what they call it now. Back when I was researching it a year or so ago, they called it a part 105 or something like that. But it says, got a new roof adjuster used drone to document damage to the roof. Yeah. Yeah, if the way houses are and the way they make these roofs now, it's probably easier to use that than to get up there because some of them are pretty steep. And if you're just going up there to look at it, might as well use a drone because the cameras on those things are awesome. I mean, the one I got's got like a 4K camera. It's that's one of the reasons why I bought it. But at one time I had 12 planes. Oh, that's Dixon Hoffman. How you doing, Dixon? At one time I had 12 planes, 4 giant scale, 2 drones. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, let's see. We've been on here 27 minutes. About time to, man, I got a lot of stuff done yesterday. I told you I was getting really stoked about, it's hard to get stoked on a Monday, but I got out and did a lot of, wasn't really spring cleaning. I guess you'd call it more late fall or winter cleaning. But I'm organizing some stuff out there in my garage. Got to make room for a big project. So made a lot of headway. And got all the stuff moved around that, or moved out of the garage and put somewhere else before the rain comes. So. Greg says, I guess I will go to the post office. Hitch said something about it'd be a good topic for coffee sessions talking about the post office. I don't go to the post office much. Very seldom. I have, I ship a lot of stuff right here from home, but it's, when I ship like the wedge templates and there's a few other little items I ship, and they all can fit in a fairly small box. And I went and when I needed to replace my mailbox, I went and bought the biggest mailbox I could find, and I put it out there. So now I don't even go to the mailbox to get stamps. I just buy them online, or of course, order my shipping boxes and stuff. So I do have to go to the UPS store a lot, though. And sometimes it's probably as bad as a post office. Well, I don't know. Post office is pretty bad. All right, let's see here. If I miss anything, we're coming up on 30 minutes here. My little timer will be going off in less than a minute. Dave says he's been dabbling with drones. Don't spend as much time with them as I would like. Part 107. Yeah, I had it wrong. It's 105, part 107. Rules change all the time. As too many people like to do what they want, it can be very dangerous. Yeah. And that's the other thing. It's like every time I'd watch a YouTube video, it's like they're talking about some new rules. And I'm like, man, I don't have time. I'm not going to make this my life. I don't have time to keep up with all the rule changes and all that. And that's when I just said, heck with it. I threw it in the back of the closet and it stayed there. And then I thought, well, you know what? It's a nice drone. It's got, it's the Fly More package. So it's got extra batteries. It's got extra props. It's got the prop guards. It's got the little thing you throw on the ground to, with the thing on it to land and all that stuff. It's nice stuff. But I just don't do it. Steven says, what are the wedges? The wedges are, if you do turning, with a lathe, a lot of guys that turn stuff on a lathe like to make what they call segmented turning. And segmented turning, if you don't know what that is, that's just where you take a length of material, and you run it through the saw, and you cut angles at it, and then you stack them up, and you can use different colored woods and make some. I got a segmented bowl, but it's somewhere else. If I'd known you were going to ask me, I'd have it out here. But anyway, there is a sled that you make for your table saw. A guy named Jerry Bennett came up with a very ingenious sled. He calls it the wedgie sled. And the wedges that I sell, I cut them on the CNC, and you use them to set up the fence on your wedgie sled. So in other words, if you want to make a ring and you want it to have 12 segments, you would put a 30-degree wedge in there and set your thing up. And in that way, when you cut it, you would take 12 of them, and they would fit perfectly, and they would make a perfect circle. So I sell a set of 5 and a set of 6 different wedges, and all they are is 1/4-inch HDP plastic that I cut on my CNC, but they're accurate because they're on the CNC, and you just stick them on your wedgie sled, bring your fences in, tighten them down, and then you can put your workpiece on it and cut up all these little segments that will have just the right angle on them to make a perfect circle. So Earl says, what brand is your drone? It's a DJI Mavic Air. It's their Fly More package, which Fly More package means it comes with a lot of extra stuff, extra batteries. I think it's got a total of 3 batteries. Of course, the charger, extra props. If you just go to Amazon and look up Mavic Air Fly More Combo is what it's called, you'll see that they're still selling for $1,000. You know, that DJI stuff, they're pretty much the standard in drones. So their prices don't come down. They're still selling them for $1,000. All right, let's see. Matt, Awesome Wood Things says, I'm here now, and you're just in time to watch me sign off. Thanks for the stickers yesterday, buddy. I did display them prominently on my Gatton CNC. I hope you know you're pretty special, because not everybody gets a sticker on the gantry of my Gatton CNC. So you are one of 2 on there now. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess I'm going to find that magic button. My little timer went off. I appreciate all you guys. We've had a good crowd in here again today. Always fun to come in here and see who's going to show up in the chat. And I'd much rather spend my morning drinking my coffee, sitting here chatting with you guys, as opposed to sitting in there and yelling at the TV, watching all the crummy news. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a great Tuesday. Everybody be safe, and we will see y'all tomorrow morning, 0900. Have a good one, guys.